Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Welcome to the Must Love Yarn podcast. This is episode 97.
That's crazy.
Can you believe that?
We're almost at 100.
I know.
In August we will be.
It'll be amazing. There'll be more cake.
More cake.
More cake. So this is the Must Love Yarn podcast, and we are mostly a podcast about yarn and fiber and spinning and sort of all things woolly, sheep, and kind of crafting related, and
Cotton.
cotton. We touch on some crochet, some sewing,
crochet.
lots of food.
Sewing my dress today.
Lots of food conversations and Vermont conversations.
Weather.
Yeah, weather. We're coming to you from our yarn shop in Shelburne, Vermont. And you can find the store out on all kinds of social media as Must Love Yarn. It's pretty much everywhere.
Yep, our website.
Yep.
So any of the yarn we talk about, you probably, unless we say it's not up on the website, most of it is though, you can go to our website, which is mustloveyarn.com, and find it there.
And check it out. And I'm Angela.
And I'm Kelly.
And you can find me out on social media, Instagram and Ravelry as Junior Bird Kid.
And you can find me on Ravelry as Kelly Spins, and you can find me on Instagram as Kelly O Spins.
Nice. Nice. And feel free to follow or friend us out on those platforms. We're happy to have you tag along. Though it seems that some folks are having to make their Instagram accounts private. There's been a huge rash of
lots of spam accounts
without permission spam accounts.
Yeah, so if you actually some people that were following me because I think it's probably because I used the knitting hashtag or one of the hashtags. There's a bunch of spam accounts out there, and they all look very similar in fashion. A lot of them will use an underscore in their name. So I had one recently take one of my photos and use it, and they're basically just using it to boost and get more followers on their own page. But they don't tell you at the very beginning of the post that it's a repost. So when somebody looks at that post, it's a post of me actually where I was wearing my Paris in Berlin. It was only a couple weeks ago that I posted it. And it looks like somebody is saying the exact same thing that I did, and at the very bottom they will credit that it's a repost and who it's from. But all of the accounts have like the very similar format. So just if you guys are on Instagram, be aware, because there's been a lot of that, especially in the knitting community. They've been taking people's pictures and reposting them, which I guess, because they are giving credit.
Public.
Yeah, they're public and they're giving credit to. Some of them don't, though. Some of them will not credit where the original post came from. But they are a lot of times automated accounts that aren't manned.
Right. So,
a lot of times they won't respond to any comments or anything. So if you ask them to take the picture down or whatever, and unfortunately, reporting it to Instagram doesn't really get you anywhere usually, because I think they're just dealing with so many of those kind of accounts. But it's unfortunate because it makes people uncomfortable and it makes them not want to use a service that used to be a really great place to share stuff. So
unfortunately, one of the ways that that's being dealt with is people are having to make their accounts private. So you have to basically send them a friend follow request, and they have to approve it.
I made mine private for a little while, but I decided that there really isn't anything on there that if somebody else, because I try to not post things that I wouldn't want everyone to see. I don't have kids, so I don't have to worry about posting pictures of kids that people are going to take and steal those, because that would be a little weird. It was a picture of me, which was weird, but it was harmless. So it's fine, it's whatever, but. It was weird, so my account was private for like 24 hours, and so people were like, "Is everything okay? Your account was private." And I'm like, "It's fine.
It's fine.
It's just
really weird." But anyway, we totally derailed already.
We did, but just so you guys are aware of that, if you are on Instagram, just keep an eye out for those accounts, because they only keep surviving because they get followers, and so just kind of be aware if it's something that seems a little fishy, then
it probably is.
Yeah.
Yep. So we normally like to start a podcast with our picks of the week.
We do.
And so what Kelly and I do is each week pick a product or a line of products in the store. And with the coupon code that we'll give you in between the products, you can get 10% off for a 2-week period. And it's a way for us to say thank you to all of you, and hopefully we find some things that interest you and that you want to purchase.
Yeah.
So, are you at a stopping point? I'm at a.
I am.
Okay.
Either way,
Okay.
doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter.
All right, I'll show mine. So, my pick of the week, and it's going to be a little long-winded because they have an event. Well, not an event. They have a contest going on during it, which I thought I would share with you guys because we sell their yarn, and I hadn't heard of the contest until just now. It started July 1st. But anyway, so Berroco yarns, they have a lot of really lovely summer yarns, and they've got some nice ones coming out for fall too. But one yarn that I wanted to share with you, Carol, who works here, that you've seen in some podcasts before, just finished making this gorgeous shawl. This is Grenache is the pattern. And I've linked it in show notes, and it is using Berroco Summer Silk. So the Summer Silk we've actually done before as a pick of the week. So that's the Summer Silk there, and I'll show you the rest of the colors, but I wanted to give you the rundown on it because I always forget to do this. It's 45% silk, 43% cotton, and 12% nylon. It's really, really soft. It is a chainette style yarn, which I know is new to some people. It is a DK weight. They're 50 grams balls of yarn, and there's 240 yards on here, so it's pretty good yards. And I forgot to look up the price on these, but it's really reasonably priced because it is a nice Berroco yarn, and they do beautiful yarns at a really reasonable price. So these are all of the colors that we have in stock right now. So a lot of blues, grays.
This one actually has more green.
That's kind of a tealy color, and then this really pretty gold. So those are all the colors that we've got in stock. It takes 5 skeins to do this shawl. It's a large shawl. It's beautiful. So I've linked to everything, the yarn and the pattern, which is on Ravelry, or you can get it in booklet form too. And so the contest that they're doing is an Instagram-based contest, and you can, if you don't have an Instagram account, you can still participate. They have an upload tool on their website that you can use. So I have linked to that in show notes as well, which will take you directly to all the information about the contest. But what it is basically post any project that you're working on using Berroco yarn and use the hashtag Berroco Love. I think that's it. Love Berroco. Yeah, I'll tell you the wrong thing, and then you'll be like, hey, it didn't work. So Love Berroco, hashtag Love Berroco. But definitely check out the link because God only knows what so yeah, so if you use that hashtag once a week, so the contest began on July 1st and it runs through August 31st. And if you use that hashtag on Instagram or use their upload tool and share your works in progress with them, once a week they're going to be drawing small prizes. So on every Monday they'll be drawing from the ones that they've already gotten. And then on September 3rd, they're going to be drawing for a grand prize. The grand prize includes every single pattern book they did for their fall collection, plus enough yarn to make one project from their fall collection.
Wow.
So it's a huge prize and would be a fabulous one to win. And not only that, but if you tag your favorite local yarn store in your post as well, and they even say right in the thing, it doesn't have to be the yarn store that you bought the yarn from, it can just be your favorite local yarn store, because they really try to promote the local yarn stores, that they will actually, if your post is the one they drew, that they're going to be sending some goodies to your local yarn store as well. Cool. So I just thought I would share that with you guys because I thought it was a really fun, super easy contest to enter. Yeah, and so it is on their website. But I hadn't seen it, and I don't think a lot of people had. And Berroco yarns are really beautiful, so I thought I would share that with you. And I know a number of people are knitting with them right now. So so check out the Summer Silk. It's really lovely. This shawl just came out so beautifully. And this is a shop sample, so if you want to check it out in the store, it is here hanging out, and Carol did a really lovely job on it.
It's absolutely beautiful.
It's stunning.
So I think keeping with the Berroco theme, I will make our coupon code weekly pick Love Berroco.
Perfect.
How's that?
That works.
Love Berroco, because my pick of the week is also a Berroco yarn. So we have this great shop sample again. It's a nice like stole scarf type pattern.
Yeah, it's really pretty. It's kind of feather and fanish.
Yeah. And it's, you know, it's long.
It's long. It's a big wrap.
Big wrap. And it is knit out of the Quechua.
So this is the information about the wrap. And this pattern is available individually on Ravelry, or you can get it in the book, book 389. So
the Quechua is a 60% extra fine merino wool, 20 baby alpaca, and 20% yak. So it's one of their, I'd probably classify it as a more luxury yarn from Berroco. These are 50 gram skeins. It's 164 yards, so it's roughly a DK weight type yarn, sport DK, somewhere in there.
Yeah.
And I think these retail for $11 or $11.50. And you know, the extra fine merino and the yak and all of that is sort of driving the cost up a little bit more, but that's still really affordable for what it is. And we've got some really amazing like earth tone type colors.
So sadly this color is discontinued. It's called Damask, and we used to have our shop sample used to be it magically changed. No, it didn't. The shop sample we got originally was in that damask colorway, but our sales rep was like, oh, I have one in this really lovely gray color. She's like, you send me yours, I'll send you mine, and then you can have one that's
out of the color that's not discontinued.
Yeah, our sales rep is fantastic for Berroco. So,
but we have, I mean, these great sort of grays and browns, and this green is really awesome.
Yeah.
This is kind of a nice blue.
They're lovely muted colors, because a lot of times the yak tends to be a brown, so it kind of mutes down the color some.
Yep. And this is like a charcoal, this one here is like a charcoal gray, and this is like a navy almost. So those, these are all available,
soft.
super soft.
Yeah.
So for the next 2 weeks, you could get 10% off the Quechua or the summer silk using the coupon code weekly pick Love Berroco.
Sweet. Yeah, they're great yarns. I really like Berroco.
I do too.
It's a great company too.
Well, and that's important.
Yeah.
So I'm not wearing any hand knits because I'm continuing on with my summer protest of like the hottest summer on record here.
Although the last couple days have been really lovely.
The humidity's down, but it's still too toasty to have knits on.
I know, but I'm wearing long sleeves.
I know. You're inside an AC. I'm too, which is why I have this short sleeve one on.
I am. I'm not wearing hand knits, but I am wearing a dress that I made. Gosh, did I finish it this year or did I finish it last year?
I can't remember.
I can't remember either. I made it a while ago. I think it was last year. Yeah, I think it was last year. I don't know.
Yeah.
Anyway,
she finished it at some point.
I did. It's a Dottie Angel pattern that she did for simplicity, and I think, did I write it on there? I did. It's number 1080A, and that's a simplicity pattern, and I use cotton and steel fabric for it.
Nice.
So yeah, it's fun. It's kind of like it's just got ties that tie in the back to kind of pull it in under the bust line, and it was a really simple knit. It was a lot of fun. I knit.
No, so I knew what you meant. So my brain just filled it in.
I know.
So pattern.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. So I'm wearing handmade today, just not.
Awesome. Awesome. I am not. I do have a finished object.
I do too.
Though mine's not with me. So I tend to do this when I have gift knitting, particularly of a certain caliber. That once it's finished and blocked, it doesn't actually leave the house until it's being gifted or mailed or taken wherever it needs to go, because the chances of something happening to it are very high. So I finished the Mystic Evening Shawl. I think you guys saw me bind it off last week on the podcast.
You are really good about inserting pictures, though.
I am. And I'm probably not going to because I don't think I'm going to have time tonight to mess with that. But if you head over to my Instagram account, I posted a bunch of pictures because I went on and on last week about blocking and being worried about putting it in the water and is it the color gonna bleed and this, that, and the other. Happy to report that there was no color bleedage. Awesome. I did block it in cool water. I did add citric acid to the water because I do have a well and it's very hard water at my house, which are two things that don't go well with dyeing and color fastness.
The pH of your water can be huge.
So that seemed to work well. It's blocked, it's laid out, it's dried. I just need to go through and clip all of the woven in ends. I don't tend to clip the ends until after I'm done blocking, particularly with something like a shawl that you know is going to stretch, or even more so if it's lace because it will open and move, and then you end up with a weird end popped out somewhere. So I need to flip it over and clip all of the ends, and then package it up and hope to God nothing happens to it between now and Sunday afternoon. So
keep it out of the reach of every little
there may have been when I was laying it out to dry, because I use a guest room that's closed up all the time except if people are staying with us, and I went in there and closed the door and was doing, and one of my kids came over and opened up the door and was just standing in the doorway, and I was like, you can come in, but you need to close the door.
No cats, no dogs.
Exactly. And then in the meantime, the dog wandered in. I'm like, get the dog out of here. Like, it's just... The idea is this is a pet hair-free area of the house. So, anyway. So that's my finished object.
Sweet.
Yeah.
I have one to show you. Mine, however, is mostly done. It's done, except it hasn't been blocked yet because I was literally sewing the buttons on this morning.
Nice.
I didn't end up doing the ribbon backing on it.
Okay.
But it's a baby sweater and it's gonna stay buttoned most of the time. I don't think most of the time you wouldn't leave it open, and it's only got 5 buttons. So wait till you see this.
So stinking cute. Oh my God.
Isn't that adorable?
So
I just love it. I think it's so fun. I love the little shawl collar on this. So there's a little collar. You can pull it up like that.
It's
or
so
fold
adorable.
it down. So you do short rows to get the collar shaping. And I did do backing buttons just because I like to have something to sew to on the little sweater. Of course, now I can't get it unbuttoned. So, but I just did little plain navy buttons on the back. And so yeah, it was really fun. And they the pattern actually calls for elbow patches too. I didn't do the elbow patches. I just left it plain because I didn't want it to get, it's such a tiny little piece.
Oh, yeah.
I didn't want it to get too busy. Yeah. So, but I did do the little pockets.
The pockets are awesome.
Because those are really cute.
So cute.
So, but it's done.
Nice.
And I just did kind of these little plain buttons on it. So, all done. So that'll get a blocking, and then I can give that to the recipients who are expecting a baby this, well, late summer,
September,
early fall. Yeah. On my birthday.
Nice. Nice.
So, I was, and that, Berroco Ultra Wool. So it's 100% superwash wool. So, and those are $10.50 a skein, so it's really reasonable. So I used 2 skeins of the gray, but I was just barely into my second one. I basically did one sleeve and the little pockets out of that one skein, and then just one, actually like half a skein, if that, of the dark blue.
So you could totally make a hat to go with it.
Yeah, I actually could. I don't know if I will or not, but I totally could.
Really good.
So yeah, it was a really super quick little knit, but baby sweaters generally
are fast.
So yeah, I just look at it and I don't know, it's just so fun.
It is fun.
I love doing little baby knits.
Well, they're super quick too.
They are. It's like baby shoes.
Satisfying.
I like walk through the little baby shoe aisles because if you just look at them, they're just, I don't know what it is about like the miniatureness of things.
I have some I could give you. Would you like some?
like,
they are cute.
I don't know what it is, but I just love them.
So I'm a little bit further than I was the last time on this. A whole lot further, actually. I put a little fluffy, sheepy progress keeper on there. Oops.
Oh.
So I had not done the heel yet.
Yeah. I was like, yeah, that yarn's new.
Yeah.
That wasn't there.
No. So I put in a heel. This is Mina Phillips German short row heel,
yeah.
which you can find in almost any of her sock patterns.
Yeah.
I think I pulled the one from the Mistletoe Kisses sock. So I just followed that. I wanted to give it a try and tried it out before. So always wanting to sort of learn new skills.
Yeah, that's pretty much her go-to one now.
Yeah, I kind of enjoyed it. I will see how it fits. I will say traditionally, out of all of the different heels that I've tried, the heel flap and gusset seems to fit my heel and foot the best.
I think that's true for most people.
Yeah, most of the afterthought type heels are, fish lips kiss heel, or a lot of the other ones, thumb joint hat top heel. They don't fit that well. So we'll see. She does have some pattern instructions for how to lengthen this part a little bit and make it a little bit more like a gusset heel. So if this isn't working out, I might give that a go before I totally write this heel off, because it was fun to knit.
Yeah. Well, and they're so easy to remember to do.
Yeah.
Too. I mean, I can remember the heel flap gusset one too, because
you
do enough of them. So
yeah, I don't even need a pattern for
exactly.
that, which is sometimes I think the reason why I go to it is because it's just I want to say it's laziness. Like, I don't want to go look up another heel.
It's just autopilot. You just do it. You don't even have to think about it.
But I do think they fit the best.
Yeah.
And so then it's just I'm knitting the foot. I've got a little bit longer to go. This is pretty stretchy yarn.
Yeah.
So just a few more rows, and then I'm going to do the toe in the black as well.
Fun.
Yeah. So this one's actually gone really fast, and I don't know why this particular shorty sock seems to have been going faster than the last, the jelly rolls.
And that's a Regia Tutti Frutti that you're using.
Is. Yeah, and the dragon fruit colorway.
Yeah, got some of that.
Yeah. Are we getting more of that in? Or are we done? Because
we don't have any on order, but we certainly can, because it's still selling. And some people don't want to have wool socks.
That's true.
So
that's true.
It's not necessarily a bad one to keep.
Okay. So that's one of the projects I've been working on.
Cool.
What are you working on?
So I don't know if you guys have heard or not, but Classic Elite Yarns has closed their doors. They're pretty much getting down to the wire of selling off all of any inventory that they had left. So we pretty much put the rest of our Classic Elite on sale. So if you're looking for any Classic Elite yarns, check out our website, because they are all on sale right now. But one of the yarns of theirs that I really like is the Sprout, which is the big sister to Seedling. Seedling is a worsted weight. Sprout is a bulky, and it is 100% organic cotton yarn. And it's a really nice yarn. It's textured. You can see that it's got some texture to it. So there were 4 colors left that we had in stock, and we had a pretty good amount of. And I was like, I just love those together, and I want to make something with them. So I'm going to take these 4 colors, and I'm going to do an Afghan or throw with them, and I'm crocheting, and I'm going to do hexagons out of it, and I'm just going to do kind of a random pattern, and just put those all together. So this is a finished size one that I did. I'm not really going to work from a pattern. I'm just doing crocheted hexagons. And I'm using, let me see what I can tell you. I'm using a J hook, which is a 6mm hook. I tried one that was a little bit bigger. I tried, I think, a 7mm, and it was too open. I didn't want one a hexagon that was going to be that open. So that's what I'm doing. So I'm going to combine these. I've got the most of, I think I've got like 5 skeins of these 2, so I've got a lot of those, and I've only got 3 skeins of each of these. So I'm going to trying to figure out. I'm going to use one or the other of these as my border color, and it's also, I think I'm going to sew them together, do a visible sewn.
Okay.
Well, I'm actually going to do single crochet around, but so that they'll be kind of offset, so it'll look like little window panes.
Oh, cool.
So I think I'm going to use one or the other of those. I haven't decided which, but I'm kind of leaning towards the dark blue because I think that would really make them pop.
Yeah, I think you're right.
But then if I do a lot of squares in this, then I don't know. So I don't know.
She's just making up as she goes, folks.
Mm-hmm. Maybe I'll do enough hexagons out of this one so I can do like a hexagon border.
Oh, that might be kind of cool.
And then if I have enough of this left, just do like a single crochet edging or something.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
I'll figure it out. But they were just really pretty together, so that's kind of been I just did that one block yesterday to see if I was gonna like it, and no, I did it this morning.
You did?
Oh my god,
You had a busy morning this morning.
Yeah, I did it this morning. I know, I got a little baby sweater done, I started a little hexagon.
Nice. So I was continue to work on the little sock arms sweater, and I had all kinds of intentions to 3-needle bind off the other arm or the other shoulder.
Mm-hmm.
And then today happened. So this is inside out because I have it currently turned inside out. So this shoulder is just waiting for a 3-needle bind off. This one's been done, and yes, there's ends everywhere that need to get woven in. And then when that happens, I can turn it right side out and add the sleeves. It's got like a short row sleeve to it because it's used stripe yarn, so it's like a modified sleeve set-in sleeve.
Cap.
Yeah.
Yep.
So we'll see. I have to decide. I'm gonna be doing some traveling this weekend, so I'm trying to sort out what I'm taking with me because I anticipate I will have quite a bit of alone knitting time, which is unusual.
Very rare.
Very rare. So this is the pattern for anybody who's new. So I'm trying to decide if I want to take this pattern with me, though a little party. I'm probably taking the socks for sure because I need some sort of just small project I can pick up at a moment's notice, but I'm considering picking up the changes shawl and taking that with me.
I know. I can start mine back up again. I was so excited because I was like, oh, I've gotten like the things done that I said I wanted to get done.
Yeah.
I have my t-shirt that I have to work on, but.
So I think I'm either going to take the change of shawl with me, or I'm going to wind up the yarn for the Winter Lake shawl. And get that one going. I should probably do the changes shawl because it's partway done. I don't know. I will see. We'll see.
Yeah,
Decisions.
I know, right? I know, so many decisions. These are just the hardest decisions ever.
I know.
I'll show it to you, but I haven't really done any more on my Jessie's Girl t-shirt, although it's so close that I might set aside my little hexagons because those are really just kind of
get addicted to hexagons. You can see it already.
I know, and especially because this is a bulky yarn, like this takes like 2 seconds to make. That you get the satisfaction of them being done really quickly. But I wanted to use up like one entire skein to see how many
you can
I can get from one.
Yeah.
And then go from there. But yeah, so this poor thing is kind of just at the same place it was when you guys saw it last. So I'm still working on just the front, doing the short row shaping for the shoulders, for the fronts, to get some shaping in here. And then I'm about to separate out for the neckline in the front. So there's really not much to see. Just lots of brown garter fabric. But it'll be really nice, and it'll be a great piece that I can layer over things too. So, you know, in the summer I can layer over some tank tops and that kind of thing. And then in fall and winter I can layer it over t-shirts and long sleeve shirts. And because that's kind of my go-to anyway. So,
nice. You know, I will say a little part of me is like, I need to just bust out Snug. And I should probably just take that with me and see if I can't get it done.
Yep.
So Snug's a cardigan, or not a cardigan, it's a sweater that I started working on in January, December.
That's that really pretty DK, the black and brown. Yeah.
And I'm almost done with the body, and then it just needs sleeves. So I don't know. Anyway, I have one final thing that I worked on. It's not in show notes because I don't actually have a project page for it because it is that old. It predates my time on Ravelry.
Oh my gosh.
Just ridiculous.
I have to pull some of this out. I don't know what I did, but man, I got way off on something.
So this is also part of the Ancient Whips Cal that is currently going on. It started on Sunday. There's already people are doing this. This is awesome. We've already had some frogged projects. So that's
awesome.
There was a. I'm totally jumping ahead. So we have an Ancient Whips Cal that's going on. It started on the 15th, and what it is basically excavate your old projects. Like, we're trying to encourage you to get some projects done, get them off the needles, and we're allowing an entry in the finished objects thread for each year that the age of the project. So like this thing's like 8 years old.
So you get 8 entries.
So if I could enter for prizes, I would enter it 8 times into the thread for 8 chances to win. So that's the idea. I will give prizes for whoever unearths the oldest project. I heard there was some.
There's people have been talking
thread,
in like about 20 years old.
Do it. Like, I want to see it. It's awesome.
I think that's so funny.
So on the 15th, at the start of the cowl, I actually picked up for the collar and knit like 4 rows and then put it back down. This is why this thing is not done. Like, literally it needed a collar and it needs button pins and buttons, and that's all. And you know, if you guys aren't sure if something qualifies, just ask us. Somebody asked if like, if I sew buttons on and if I finish it, does that count? And I was like, yes, because you're basically making it wearable for you.
Because it wouldn't have been.
And so that's totally the idea.
Yeah.
So the spawn off of this was the frogget thread. So if you excavate something and you're like, I'm never gonna wear this, I don't want to finish it, if you frog it and throw up a before I frog it and an after picture of frogging it, there's a separate thread for that. And we're gonna draw prizes out of there. But that's kind of like a joint chatter / frogget thread, and I'll just sort it out at the end. I probably will dislike myself immensely for meshing the two together, but that's like, I'm calling it the chaos thread. So it's just like anything goes over there. Just have fun, chitter chatter, throw up your pictures. Like, it's just,
don't throw up your pictures.
Well, you know what I mean. Post your pictures. I might give you extra points if you actually threw up your pictures and you posted a picture. I don't know, like, you know.
Please don't. I don't want to see that.
That's kind of funny. Anyway, so that knit along's going. So I don't have a project page for this. I probably could make one, and I probably should do that because it's still a pattern that exists. It's Berroco comfort yarn. It's still, you know, these things all still exist. So I will try to do that.
Yes.
I will try to be a good podcast person and do that. Like, we can add it to show notes. So that will be my task for later today or tomorrow after I get the podcast edited, because that's more important.
Right.
So that's the other thing that I've been working on.
Nice.
Is this little baba sweater.
It's really cute.
Thank you. It's the stripes I made up and put in. I was just playing around. So anyway, that's all I got.
I know.
I actually have not had a huge amount of time to knit. I sometimes have more time than others to knit at work, depending on what kind of
a conference call or something.
Yep. There hasn't been a lot of that. I've had some pretty needy children lately, and I have a new dog. So
who's young?
who apparently takes great pride in chewing on everything she's not supposed to. And some things you're like, what?
Oh boy.
Yeah. So anyway.
I know, I feel like I should have more, but then I was like, well, I do have an FO, and you have an FO too.
Yeah.
I just love it.
Yeah. I probably, so here's what I'll do. There's the compromise, the finished object pictures of the Mystic evening show. I'm going to put it at the end because that's easier without having to, because if I put them in the middle when we're talking, I have to do weird things with the sound and splice and inevitably.
It'll be easier, and then people still get to see it.
Yeah, so. That's what I'll do. Like I did with the pictures with Ella last week. I put dog pictures at the very end.
Can you tell I just love that little sweater? I
kind
of want to keep it and just like hang it up on the wall.
I'll give you some shoes you can put next to it.
That would be really weird. People would be like,
really
oh, who's that for?
Nobody.
It's just art.
It's decoration. It's art.
I just love it so much.
It's art. So anyway, so that's what I've got going on.
Nice.
I do have an acquisition.
You do?
I do, from Kelly.
Oh. I was like,
I didn't even acquisition it myself, which is a miracle.
Because somebody has a special day coming up.
Guys, look at what Kelly got me.
We sell those.
We sell these here. There's the cute little.
So the Seasons of Vermont box, if you watched that,
Cat's Paws.
Cat's Paws, who did the bag, she does these cool little. They have the little snappy. They're snap pouches.
The snap pouch.
So they just kind of snap back on their own. They're kind of like the snap bracelets, if you remember those. If you're a child of the 80s like us.
Those still exist because my kid has them.
They do, really?
Yeah, he loves them.
That's so funny.
So it just snaps closed.
Yes.
And those are fun. I'll have you know, those are fun coupons in there that Kelly put. And they're for me, like...
So I offered the coupons or for making, for me to make her sock snakes. The tubes.
Yep.
And there's also some in there for sock sessions, so she can come over and just crank away, and I will help her do heels and toes if she wants to.
And there's no expiration date.
No expiration date. And I didn't do that many of them, but she can have as many as she wants.
I bet I can get more.
Yeah. It's kind of like an unlimited supply.
Thank you, Kelly.
You're welcome.
Boop. I love this. I think I'll have to figure out what I'm going to put in there.
I know.
Maybe nothing. I'll just carry it on and play with it.
Just keep her coupons in there like a little dragon hoard.
Yep.
Awesome.
You know it.
My my yarn that I got for the Countess Ablaze collection, not from Countess Ablaze, but from a dyer who was participating in it, is on its way.
Oh,
it's coming from Canada.
You know, all of my stuff...
all the way on the opposite side of Canada.
You know, all of my stuff has arrived that I bought for that. I have not posted pictures of it, nor... I was going to wear... So one of the things I got was a necklace, and I was going to wear the necklace today, and look at I got out of the house. I can't imagine how this happened without putting it on. And I keep meaning to take pictures of the yarn. It's actually at my office. It was yarn that was dyed by Peggy Jane Fibers, who's one of our local to us dyers, and it was just a beautiful, beautiful colorway. I'll try to remember. It's in my office. I'll try to remember to bring it in next week when we podcast. So I did get 4 skeins from her, so I have enough to make a sweater. I was thinking maybe a boxy. I've been eyeballing that, wanting to make that pattern, and it's a busy enough yarn colorway that it would work well with a boxy.
Nice.
So I don't know. That's been floating around in my head too. Like maybe I'll do that to take with me to travel because that would be a good
lots of knitting.
Lots of knitting.
Yeah.
Knitting. But I don't know. Cool. We'll see.
Nice.
So.
Ooh, can I do a pattern update?
Yeah. How many have you sold?
So I've sold a lot of them, and we are just shy of raising $500 in a week. So yeah, so thank you to anybody who has purchased a pattern. I'm gonna, at the end of the month, I'm going to donate any of the money that I've received. I figured I'll do it in kind of like lumps. So if people keep buying it, then maybe once a month or so, I'll go through and just donate. So yeah, so we're just shy of $500 donated, thanks to you guys and your generosity.
That is incredible.
And
just for people that are interested, the pattern is called Stronger Together, and if you go search for it on Ravelry or search for Kelly's Ravelry store. You can find it, and she's got all the details there of what she's doing, and we really appreciate all of the positivity from last week's episode.
I know,
that was really our goal.
Yeah, it really was,
and we really appreciate it.
Yeah, just your really kind words and kind comments was really uplifting and just wonderful. And thank you to everybody who shared it, reposted it on Instagram. It was really good to see, because like I said, last week was kind of a hard week, and you guys are just made it the end of the week just perfect.
Yeah.
So.
And you know what's funny is, so my parents watch the podcast, or my mom watches it religiously, and she made my dad watch it, and then she was going to make my brother watch it. And then I was talking to my dad, and he wanted information because he was going to go out and make a separate donation.
Oh, so, that's very cool. Yeah, and I know other people some people bought the hat pattern and did some donating to the charity, and other people said, I don't do color work, but I would love to make a donation. So they went and they donated. So
nice. That's awesome.
It was just wonderful, and everybody, thank you.
Yeah. So we've got some cool events going on. We had a great class this last weekend with Donna Drukanis. I saw some pictures out on social media, and it looked like everybody had a good time. I was the food person, so I just popped in to drop off lunch. But it looked like everybody was having a great time.
Yeah, it was really cool. Everybody was chattering about it, and it was fun to hear, all the different things that people learned, some different new techniques, and so it was a Lithuanian colorwork mitten class. So if you get a chance to take a class with Donna, she's a great teacher and just full of knowledge and great anecdotal stories. She spent a lot of time over there, so
nice. And Tour de Fleece is currently running. It runs concurrently with the Tour de France.
And I'm a total fail at Tour de Fleece this year.
Yeah, whatever. It's so much
time. I had great intentions.
I know. It's the thought that counts, right?
Sure.
It's like the meme that I keep seeing circulating on Instagram. Apparently, knitting with yarn and buying yarn are two separate hobbies. I don't know if you've seen that one.
I haven't, but that's really funny.
That might be true.
That explains so much.
That explains a lot. The other one I've seen is buying craft supplies and using them are two different hobbies, because I may also have that problem as well. But anyway, what else do we have? We have the Great Northern Yarn Haul is going on right now, and that runs through the 29th of July. We've had a lot of yarn haulers in and out of the store here, which has been great. It's fun to see everybody. We have all the details about that up in the show notes. It's not too late to participate in that. And then the July 28th, we have our evening at the ballpark.
That is a week from Saturday, you guys. I am so excited. I finally just bought my tickets.
I need to buy my tickets, too. Actually, I'm buying tickets for some other people, too, so I'm going to need like 8 of them.
Okay, we got plenty.
But, yeah, I figured
we
it was
plenty.
fine.
Come on out to the ballpark.
Yeah. So...
I should have grabbed, you know what? The fun things that we're going to be selling before, too.
Yeah. We have some fun. We'll just tell them.
Yeah.
We have some fun, like, baseball shirts.
We did.
That we got with our logo on them.
We did. So, the kind of, they're raglan style, and then the sleeves are a different color from the body. So the ones that we got are mostly gray tones. And then we got our logo on the front, and they're so awesome.
They're awesome.
And we're going to have them for sale. So I have to sit down and just put them
run
in
the
system.
math and put them in the system. We also might give some of them away at the ballpark that night. They probably won't let us play with the Champs t-shirt cannon, but we'll be sitting up in the stand so we can chuck them. And we
to our knitters.
And of course we had some fun ones made up for ourselves with numbers and stuff.
We put our Ravelry names on the back of them. How fun is that?
So fun.
Yeah.
You know what's funny is my husband said he would actually wear one.
Really?
I was like, really? With a name on the back? And he was like, oh yeah. So I've been trying to figure out how I could get some numbers and a nickname put on the back and just snag one for him. I probably have to take it somewhere here locally.
Yeah, probably to get it done in time.
Yeah. But anyway, so I know. I was like, huh, really?
They're really cute.
They are super cute.
We'll have to. I'll get some pictures, and we'll have to get pictures for the listing anyway.
Yeah.
But yeah, we'll do that, and I'll get those up on the website. So if you are coming and you want to wear one, then we'll have them in store. We have them in store now. I just haven't.
We haven't done anything with them because we've been really busy with lots of other things.
Yep, lots of other
Stuff going on. So the night at Ballpark will be fun. It's Star Wars night
and fireworks
night and Knit at the Ballpark night. So that's gonna be great fun. And I might have a little stormtrooper there.
And a Chewbacca?
No, Chewbacca still scares her, but she'll put the stormtrooper mask on, so I don't know.
Funny.
I have no idea.
Okay.
Children are strange sometimes. They're little humans like the rest of us, and they have opinions and thoughts.
I can't believe how big she is.
About things. I know.
She's growing way too fast.
Yes. I know. Look at her brother.
I know.
He's 7 already. Anyway, we've got a few cowls running. I think we pretty much go over those every week. So summer t-shirt cowl, which is wrapping up at the end of this month. The multicolor summer shawl along, which is running through the middle of September. If you start seeing some weird dates on our cowl end times, I've started moving them to like Thursdays when we podcast because we don't ever close the thread until we get till right before we're podcasting. So the Ancient Whips cowl is running through, I think, I want to say like September 28th, because it's like it's like a Thursday.
Towards the end, and it's a Thursday. And
and
hey, that'll be a good one if you want to get a sweater finished up for Rhinebeck.
Oh, and then so the upcoming cowl is the baby cowl, what we're calling baby along, and Jane, you're funny. Jane wanted to know if she was supposed to knit baby things or if it was for people making babies, and I was like, Jane, it's for knitted stuff. You funny girl.
I love Jane.
I know. She was just giving me a hard time. Or giving us a hard time. So so the hashtag baby along, which is...
we don't want to see pictures on Instagram.
That would be funny, though. Oh, okay. So we're just let a little bit of our sense of humor out of the box right there. All right, so lots of people have babies joining them in the next few months, either with their own family or people that they know, friends and other family.
Babies.
So we're beginning this knit along August 1st, and we're running it through October 4th. See, another weird end date, so it's the following Thursday. And it's for baby size stuff. So 24 months and younger, you can enter as many times as you want. Whips are allowed. I put a bundle together for folks if they needed some suggestions, which by bundle I mean I just imported all of my favorites with the tag baby on it because I had like 140 of them or something. It's just ridiculous because clearly I've knit all of those.
Sure.
I have high expectations of the amount of time I have available to knit. Dream big.
Yeah, why not?
Dream big.
That's what Ravelry cues are for.
Right? I know. So I have on the show notes, and look, we taped them all together this time, so we're not like rattling the iPad. Actually, that's worked out pretty well.
It has. Yeah, because I can actually read it just fine.
I know. So we have a new yarn kit in the store, and I was going to grab them and bring them over, but I didn't do that. So maybe
they're linked in show notes.
They're linked in show notes, so we
can show them next week too.
Alpaca Yarn Company. It's called their Kindred Spirit Braid, and it's 2 yarns.
One is kind of like Kid Silk Haze, but it's alpaca, so it's a fuzzy lace weight yarn, and the other one is a fingering weight, and they're hand dyed. So the Alpaca Yarn Company, if you hadn't guessed, does a lot of stuff with alpaca. So the fingering weight yarn is alpaca and tencel, I believe. So it has just a bit of a sheen to it. And we've got some great patterns that we've pulled up. And I was going to link to them in the description of the yarn too, in case people are looking for ideas to use that with. But any of those patterns where, you're combining the kind of the mohair or alpaca, the fuzzy yarn with another fingering weight yarn or something are really cool. There's a lot of shawls where you kind of alternate between them, and you get some really interesting depth of your project. So
I know you're being very patient.
Just talking to the dog.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Doggy grunts.
We're almost done, sweetie.
We are.
So yeah, so that's the new yarn. We mentioned last time we've got hedgehog.
Yep.
And what was the other thing I just wanted to talk about real quick? Shoot.
I don't know. Stay tuned for details on retreat. It'll be coming soon.
Oh, right. Retreat.
Mm-hmm. We're doing, actually, we could probably announce the dates if people want to mark their calendar.
Oh,
the dates
I know
are
what
set
the
in
other
stone.
thing. Are they?
Yeah, we got them.
We got them.
We got them.
We got them. February?
February 27th through March 2nd.
A nice long weekend.
It's a Thursday through a Sunday.
Yep.
Stay
Pricing
tuned.
is looking like it's going to be
Pretty good. So
pretty
stay
good.
tuned for more details. We should have them. It may not be till like early August when we have all of the details. But it's going to happen. So we're really excited. And we can't wait.
It'll be so fun.
It'll be so much fun.
It'll be so fun. So yeah, so it's like a save the date
Save
for
the
you
date.
guys.
Save the date. February 27th.
27th. So 27th, 28th, 1st, and 2nd of March.
Yes.
Cool.
Yep. Save the date.
Before the dog explodes.
Yes.
Not really. She's not going to explode, I promise. She might implode. Poor thing. She's just having a fit. We are discussing the idea of getting a bus for Rhinebeck.
Yep.
So if that's something that you guys are really interested in, if you're local or regional or whatever, and you want to take a bus with us,
Let us know.
Let us know. Because we did it last year, and everybody that went had a great time, and we're considering doing that again. But we just want to make sure that we're going to have numbers to make it worthwhile for us to do that. So drop us a headline, an email.
I think that's our time.
I think she's about to lose it.
Yeah. That sounds like the lose it.
Yeah.
The lose it button.
So thank you guys so much for joining us again. Yeah. And thank you for all your love and your comments and support and everything else.
We really appreciate it. And the Seasons of Vermont box. Oh my god, you guys sold out in like 5 hours. It was amazing.
Yeah, it was really, really quick, but it was stunning and it was just lovely. And we've got some great ones coming up for you. We've got 2 more through the end of the year, and with some really fabulous things in them. And yeah, I think that's everything.
Okay.
All right. So we'll see you guys next week. Bye.
It probably is. But since I'm sitting on the couch, apparently I'm not going to leave her behind. Which is, I think, what she was worried about.
Mm-hmm.
She's going to leave me here at this yarn store.
She was very sad.
It's terrible. What am I going to do with all of this yarn?
Somebody can just take me to a yarn store and drop me off.
I know. That's like the perfect.
Although I do spend almost all my time at a yarn
true.
store. It's kind of different when you're working than when you're...
Just for funsies.
Yeah. I mean, it's still fun, don't get me wrong. But
It's different fun.
It is. It's still work.
Yes.
There's still lots of paperwork.
There's lots of paperwork with everything.
Yes, there is.
Why do we have so much paperwork?
Dang
For
paperwork.
everything. All right, so I think we're gonna do our best to do a full podcast, but I've got a whiny dog.
Well, she calmed down last time.
Yeah. So, hopefully, sorry for the dog whine in the background.
I bet it won't pick up that much because she's behind where the microphone is.
You might be surprised.
Okay then. Never mind.
Because you could hear it when she got up and shook a couple of times in the last podcast, and you could hear her dog tags like
Clanking together.
like they were right next to the screen.
Oh.
So,
Well,
yeah,
now you can hear her sniffling.
sniffling and whining and telling you how horrible life is.
Yeah.
Because she's been in an office all day.
I know. Who would want to spend all day in a law office of all
It's
places?
terrible. There we go. She's got her little chew.
Various chewy toys and such. She finally ate her cookie.
Yep. All right. Should we?
Probably because we're running a little behind
running
today.
behind because of the cake. because of the cupcakes.
Cake! We have more cake.
Sorry, we had off-screen cupcakes.
Yeah, we want to sit here and, like, you know, shovel cake into our mouths again. But go grab yourself a slice of cake and enjoy it, because we had some.
It was delicious. Yum, yum, yum.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Shall we go?
We shall go.
We shall go.
Yes.
Party face.
Don't make me start cracking up. You know I just had cupcake. I'm loaded up with super crazy high sugar. And it's you, because if I start laughing,
Okay.
it'll be all over. I won't be able to stop.
All right.